typical marksman picked out there for Sunsparks because they do have the link. They will hyper carry funnel this link, and JP on that hero has just been absolutely terrifying this entire season 5.
You know what I'm scared about? This Onic PH can easily lose this game if they aren't careful about their jungle. I think more than anything else, Onic PH will have to protect their jungle. They went for Wise, having this veteran hunter, and they're going to be playing against JP. JP's Ling with Esmeralda. And look at that. Fuza can actually really pounding it through it with the power of nature, but he's going to be met by many members of Sunsparks. But that was just diversion. The real battle happens here. They have the retribution, so that's it. So 3 jungle creeps for Wise. That's good. Very good start for their team. Kiluash R2 forward, tumbles backwards. And now it's going to be up to how Onic PH will defend their own buffs. So you can see this game, Onic PH versus Sunsparks, it's battles after battles after battles, mini battles, even the jungle. You think about it as its own separate game. Now look at Fuzakin! So much damage in there with the Grok. Nice gadgets fire away! Again, from Sunsparks, they will punish the Grok, but that might just be enough. Okay. Weird ejector. Iaknu dives so deep, might be punished. What is happening? One second you will commend them for their very good play, and another second they show us some sour moves, and then afterwards you won't see them punished. What is happening? Raptor!
This is just 2 teams that know each other so well, yet again they're just meeting each other with trade after trade. Someone pointed out as well that in game 1, Sunsparks threw off Onic's movement just by mirroring them, and both teams really do mirror each other really well. Look at Fuzakan diving straight into the back line, trying to go after KLVJ. It's going to be Greed there to help KLVJ out, but here comes the rest of Onic PH. They're going to turn this around. Gorgeous barriers are going to be used. Not yet. Koopa gets sent in. Koopa gets brought back, and KLVJ is safe there in the bottom. Meanwhile, here at mid, looks like Iyaku is looking for an opening. He doesn't have a Way of the Dragon just yet, but here comes the rest of Onic. PH, Power of Nature used, but it's just there to clear up the lane, the minions. While, look at that. Sunsparks have another buff up, and now it's Onic PH trying to do what they can to steal that away.
This is the power of the Grok. I think that for both teams, the Grok is the most important resource that they have in the draft. Rafisha showed a good Grok, and Fuzakan says, okay, Mr. Rafisha, I think he calls him Chan because they were teammates before. They're in the Sunsparks championship team. Says, okay, I'm gonna, in Filipino terms, I'm gonna seminar you on how to play the Grok. I mean, of course, Rafisha did a wonderful Grok. It's going to be up to Fuzakan and how he's going to show us, the viewers, his own Grok. And my, oh my, Dilar. Such an aggressive play from this very aggressive player. Oh, this is going to be close. Reptar. Turtle JP holds the retribution, and Wise as well. Who's going to be the better at retribution? It's going to be JP. While that is happening, Gaja was taken out. Kiluash pops the ultimate. And Iaknu will wait for this. Stumble onto the left side. Flicker away. Iaknu actually with a 2-man stun. Fuzakan will try to take this home, but he is going to be forced back. Now, oh my Venus catches Kiluash. I don't think. Okay. Flame shot to the face. Kobe.
Flame shot. Kobe 2-0-1 now for Oh My Venus. What a flame shot there. That was threading the needle. Now they're going to try to go for KLVJ once again. And a lot of importance really being put into the Esmeralda there. Oh no, they gotta pick out their Dilar. The ejector is gonna send up the link though, so they are able to get a kill there. But then at the same time, that's gonna be a trade. Not good news there for Sunsparks as Onic PH lost their core, while Onic PH actually lost the jaw, and Sunsparks lost their core, so not good for them. Onic PH can make the most out of this. In the middle lane though, Greed wings by wings to get away from that. And Fuzakan, you did bring up, can he show us how to play a Grok game? So it's a big question of can Fuzakan or can Fuzakan? I have been saving that for quite some time now. Onic PH applying the pressure in this buff, and look at that. how much pressure both teams are just putting into the resources and the buffs here. They know they're outnumbered right now. Fuziken's not just there yet. Trying to use Guardian's Barrier to steal the buff even. Guardian's Barrier to buff steal. That's how much they don't want Sunsparks to get the buff. But Sunsparks still secured at the end of the day. We might see another team fight here though as they try to secure purple. The flamethrower spray able to send back Fuziken. And now it's going to be another reset. Now Onic PH very well in the lead.
Yeah. So actually, I think what probably the panel missed out on the early game composition of Onic PH is that they put so little value on the team fight potential of the Grok. And it's weird because we know Grok as the best in terms of the early game. But I guess the reason why they say it is because it's gonna be difficult. Look at the two-man collapse from Onic PH. With just the power of nature, just the wild charge, more than enough. Fuziken, I know you want it, but unfortunately you don't have the execute like I do, so you won't get the kill.
Yeah, you can just see Fuziken like boiling there. Oh, I want this so bad. Even just use the Guardian's Barrier as a consolation prize. Like, I'm just gonna stop your recall. There you go. I won't be able to kill you, but let's see. Might see another one here, and I just want to say in that last fight, Iyaknu really had stopped JP in his tracks. If JP was left alone, it could have been a big Sunsparks turnaround, but because Iyaknu was able to see out JP, able to use Way of Dragon just to kick him away and piss him off, and we might see another one-on-one here again if JP decides to go for it. Way of Dragon kick down the wall. Look at that type of space used to try to escape. But JP really low. Can Iyaknu finish him off? Does he have the Jeet Kune Do and Shunpo? He doesn't have enough to finish him off. But my Venus pushed right there. The Fumble and Kuma stopping JP in his track.
Anyway, Fuziken, my goodness, this guy showing us out to Grok. Okay, we made a clash here. Kiluwash pops the ultimate so early, guards barrier in there. Fuziken with the power of nature. The rest of Onic PH just want to push, and they will be able to do that. Right, so as JP is still absent, still has to respawn. That means that there is a clear potential for Onic PH to actually steal this buff. Man, you know what? This game, this series, it's all about the buffs. And whoever gets it will win it. Fuziken just puts a wall onto the wall because why not? Why the hell not?
I just imagine in my head when Iyaknu sees JP on the wall, he doesn't like flying kick him. I imagine just throwing his shoes at Ling, and then that knocks out Ling, and then he goes in for the combo. That's how it plays out in my head. But Fighter's in there, able to catch off Pilar. That's gonna be a big kill on him as well. So without a jawhead, can Onic PH still win a skirmish here? JP Wise on that carries really far away. Looks like they don't need him. That's gonna be a mega kill there for that Popol and Koopa. So that's gonna be 4v4 if they do force a team fight here. Look at Wise using Phantom Step, just damaging away and kill VJ. They might be able to take this turret right here if they get to space out just well enough. But with that feathered airstrike, that is going to stop Onic PH in their tracks, allowing Sunsparks to just breathe a little bit, while Onic PH still applying the pressure across all lanes.
So what's happening really for both teams in game number 1 and game number 2? It's all about diversion, or at least redirection. I guess that's a more proper term. So that's how Sunsparks won game 1 with KLVJ just doing the redirection to himself so that his JP carry will be successful, and that's what Onic PH is also doing right now. And it's more effective in this game just because of the fact that Sunsparks team fight is more like, we have one ultimate, we're gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink onto you with the Kaja all in and the Ling ultimate Tempest of Blades to just take out one. And it's very effective for Onic PH to just put Dilar or even Iyaknu out of there just so that Sunsparks will commit, and that's what they did with the Divine Judgment on the Dilar. They had to commit so much that in the succeeding fight, even in the turret defenses, they will not be able to fight anymore. So I like this from Onic PH with Fuziken as well as Dilar just shoving the side lanes almost always, making sure that Sunsparks will always think about committing or not.
And this series so far has just been a mirroring of both teams. If game 1 was Sunsparks trying to mirror Onic PH, now it's Onic PH mirroring Sunsparks. They might actually get a win this But if they do more sour moves like that, Dillard jumping in for absolutely no reason. Why would you do that? Then you're giving Sunsparks more chances to come back here. Look at KelVJ just missing out Fuziken. He goes straight for the Cho. The bottom lane is Cho versus Esmeralda, but in the mid lane is Fuziken versus three members of Sunsparks. Makes that four. Fuziken says, you can't take me down. They're gonna shut down on the far side. He knocked him from out of nowhere, but that's gonna be a counter there by the Link. The Tempest of Blades able to take it out. Reflection takes a lot of damage, but he'll be able to get away from this. So once again, it's going to be a trade. However, because of the opening death there from Dillard, diving in a little bit too deep, even though he really didn't need to, it's still Sunsparks with a bit of a favorable position here. But just as I say that, let's take a look of where we are in this game. It's going to be 6 turrets to none. We haven't pointed that out yet. Sunsparks hasn't broken down a turret of Onic at all. And at the same time, it's going to be an 8k gold lead here for Onic PH.
One factor that we did not talk about much is that there's no push from Sunsparks. They have to kill Onic PH before they are able to get the push, and now it's a problem. Fuziken is just doing the bad boy things, the classic bad boy things. You can see him man up against 3 members, and then instead of going back, went for the wild charge. That's Fuziken crazy, man. And he got away with it. And he got away with it, and now the looming problem for Sunsparks. Dominance Ice is now available for Onic PH. I like the Rose Gold Meteor pickup here, coming out from this carry. Keep himself safe. Dominance Ice is gonna be actually a big problem now for Ling. The only weird thing that I'm seeing from the side of Onic PH is that they went for Athena Shield even with the presence of the Esmeralda, but I guess at this rate it doesn't matter that much because the fights are just so fast that Esmeralda cannot tank through it, because this is strength of Esmeralda. In the previous game they have a Bruno and they don't have like the actual burst to actually take down the Esmeralda. That's probably why KelVJ on the Esmeralda had a better time, but in this game it's gonna be up against carry, against a Cho, or you have another Jawhead, so it's actually Esmeralda struggling, but it's okay. He was the first pick for, if I'm not mistaken, it was the first pick. Esmeralda was first picked by Sunsparks, and it's just given that that almost all first picked heroes will have a hard time anyways. This game, it's looking like very Onic PH sided because of the fact that they can push. Maybe that's one thing that we and even the panel kind of took for granted, the fact that there's no push from Sunsparks. I think part of the early game strength of any team is to have third pushes, because what it does is just it amplifies your farming speed by getting bonus gold out of the turret and getting some control of the map, some real estate. And I guess the main reason why Onic PH led the early game was, I still have to give it to Fuziken, with trying to mirror what Rafflesia did, but in a better way. I want to explain it, but I need some visual aid to kind of show it. But basically speaking, the way that the Grok played in Game 1 and Game 2 was to just divert the attention of their opponents so that their own cores will get the buff. That's what Rafflesia did in the first game, trying to steal the buff from the Bruno, but actually what the effect of it was Rafflesia getting the buff for their own carry. That's also literally that's what happened in game number 2, wherein Fuziken went for the red buff of Sunsparks, and it actually attracted the attention of Sunsparks to go on to him. He did not die. He received a lot of damage, and he did not get the red buff anyways too. But what he gave Onic PH was time for the carry to transition from the red buff onto the Lethal Wanderer onto the left side. Imagine this, guys. I hope you keep up with me. But yeah, the red buff for on top, and then the Lethal Wanderer, and then straight out to the blue buff of the blue side, right? And with the Retribution available still for the carry, they were able to take it. So I know I said a lot of stuff, Reptar. I hope you're keeping up. I hope the viewers are keeping up. But I guess the only thing that I want to say right now is that the Groks play so much in this matchup in Sunsparks versus Onic. The Grok is such as the I don't even have a word for it. It's such an vital cog. It's such
The
an important
catalyst.
piece.
He's the
Oh, there you
catalyst.
go. Thank you. It's the catalyst for both teams. And I'm sure, I don't know, I'm going to make a blind bet. If we go to a game 3, whoever takes the Grok wins the game. Maybe.
Interesting development about this game right now, though. We're still waiting for the official word, but what you have been watching right now is the rematch between Onic PH and Sunsparks, a replay of the Season 4 finals, and it is neck and neck. Onic PH looking like they're going to be taking this victory to force out a game number 3. And yeah, both of these teams really have just been mirroring one another so well. It really shows how much they've been preparing for one another. There's still a lot of bad blood or like the taste of each other in their mouths. That sounds a little bit inappropriate, but let's just think of it in a more combat centric level of analysis. Because these teams, just if you are just joining us here in the MPL for Season 5 here in the Philippines, for our international viewers or maybe our fellow Filipinos who haven't seen Season 4, just to paint you a crazy picture of what happened. Onic PH had the championship in their hands. It was 3-1. You see it at the video that plays at the top of this broadcast called The Story of MPL, the iconic arrival play from Sunsparks, the iconic "there's no more minion skull" coming in from Shinbu and Manjin casters over in the Filipino stream. What happened was, it was Onic PH, looks like they had it, looks like they were pushing it and ending it, but then what happened was Arrival. We all know Arrival, if used on the turret, will allow the turret to not get damaged. Roflesia was able to pop it off just in time, along with, I believe it was followed up by whoever was the Akai that Sunsparks used in that game. My memory has failed me right now. And 2 arrivals was just enough to stop Onic in their tracks and force a game number 5, because at the same time, Onic PH also got pushed out in the top lane. They didn't have any more minions left.
It was Fuzakin. Dakai. Yeah, it was. Should be. Nevertheless, let's now hop into the game. We're back in action. Kilowash pops the ultimate to stop the bleeding from top lane. I love that. I love how Onic PH are actually overtaking the map. This is real estate management for Onic PH. It's one thing that you have to learn, guys. You're leading, and if you feel that you can't penetrate the base of your opponents, you won't have to. They will come out eventually, and what you can do is to just take their jungle, get their buffs, get their red, their orange, their purple, their green, everything. Don't let, if they do come out, that's where you take them. It's when you take them. I mean,
And now Onic PH
How great was that?
once again Guardian's barrier, just messing with Sunsparks right now. Pressure across all lanes. Got a minion wave coming in through the bottom. D-Lar is up top, pushing it as well. Got a bit of a 2-1-2 placement right now. Fuzaken just hovering over the middle lane. Depends which lane is going to crack first, or can Onic make a lane crack first. Feathered airstrike, that's probably what Onic PH is waiting for, so Green doesn't have it. But with how they're moving right now, it doesn't look like they might go for the end game just yet, because D-Lar is still there. Going back to the top lane, and looks like we might be seeing a reset here from Onic PH.
be a reset. They're just looking for low-hanging fruits at this point. Sunsparks shows their hand. It's gonna be hard. But Sunsparks, I kind of feel that they are a little bit more confident now getting out of their base. They spot Fuzaken as well as Popol and Koopa. Fuzaken don't even try to hide anymore. It's literally being seen by their opponents. You know, there's a discipline for supports or tanks that don't show yourself. But Fuzaken is doing the complete opposite. Show yourself at all times. That your opponents will Channel Vision, the Yakno might go for the snag. Oh, wait for the wave of Dragon, not even gonna displace him. That's Gadget down, and Onic PH are more confident, but KLVJ drops. Falling Storm will catches the wolf, and Fuzaken, but it comes the ejector! What a play! D-Lar will be able to run away as they snatch down the lane. It's all about misdirection for Onic PH. D-Lar, right moment. I mean, your 4 deaths wouldn't matter if you get that wonderful snag onto JP, the Ling.
And Onic PH did a really good job of shutting down JP all throughout this game right now. D-Lar just said, get away from here! And it worked out really, really well in their favor right now. Oh my Venus and Wise pushing down the middle lane turret, just using Koopa as... Oh no! He probably shouldn't have tried to do that. Fuziken able to use Power of Nature though, but not enough to save Oh my Venus. So without the focusing mark and the support, Popol and Koopa here, Onic PH now has to play this carefully because here comes JP coming back. And we all know how fast Ling can traverse the map. The Lord is up. That is going to be an enhanced Lord once again. And for the benefit of our viewers to know, the Onic PH actually bought a second Dominance Ice. Right now, the Dominance Ice, there is a bug. So for all of you who know, when there is a team that buys a second Dominance Ice, they will have to sell it. And if they buy a second Dominance Ice again, while another member still has that same item, then they are going to have to forfeit. So Onic PH, that is something that we have to consider. A lot of gold is used to get the Dominance Ice, and it was Fuziken who actually picked it up, if I'm not mistaken. So sort of he used all that gold and just sold it for nothing. So that's going to be a big factor, maybe, here for Fuziken's Grok as we go into the mid lane. Kilowatt in a dangerous spot. Last Insanity is going to be committed. No more Faraga armor, but JP is going to be there. He might go for Oh My Venus, but Oh My Venus says, you know what, I know you're here, I'm going to get out. So yeah, DJ back there.
Wow.
Forcing the resources again. And both teams right now, it still looks like an evident stalemate.
Man, since Wise actually goes for weird defensive items that actually make a lot of sense, went for the Rock Potion and the Rose Gold Meteor. That's why Link cannot burst him down no matter how he tries. But now it's going to be an exchange. Nope, KLVJ going to be found by Yakno and of course the way of the Dragon, but the Purify is going to be there. They follow up with the Popol and Koopa. They shut down the Farse's ultimate as well. They will have to sacrifice the first life of Fuziken. He's able to run away for now. And fortunately, has gotten the help of the walls to be able to run away. And that's a quick Lord, actually. Very quick uptime for both the Lord and of course the take on that.
It is 5v5. All members of each team are up. Lord being pushed out here in the middle lane. They check their spots out. Kilowatt. Feathered airstrike to play defensively. D-Lar was unstoppable for straight to Greed. But Greed uses spy wings to get away. So Onic PH now. Oh, another injector out to Kilowatt. But he does have immortality if he gets taken out, and he gets to live. So with all that action that we saw, Onic PH now forcing Sunsparks all the way back into the base. Middle lane turret has been destroyed. Feathered airstrike has already been used. No feathered airstrike anymore. Here comes the Guardian's Fire. Here comes the last Insanity. There's a lot of damage to the Onic PH, but Sunsparks can't capitalize. They can't turn this around, or maybe they do. Here comes the Lord. Onic PH, they might end this, but the Lord is still marching. Barely any damage to the Lord right now. That's going to be a mega kill there for KLVJ. And oh no, Onic PH not able to fully capitalize just yet. A lot of them are really low. Oh, and they get a Divine Judgment. They're on to Fuziken. Get away! Wildcard to use it already. The injector! Delar saved JP. What a save there by Delar! Clutch ejector saving Fuziken, and Fuza did get away from that. Ooh, that Grog is slippery, boys. The slippery rock.
Oh, Fuza can't die, man. I am lost for words. I am lost for words. But yeah, that was such a great jump from Miyakno, redeeming himself there. 4-man knockup. I could have sworn it was 5, but to be safe, that was at least 4 when we tried to go for the dive. But now Fuziken under the front lines. Really want to stop Greed at this point. Just throwing away the Guardian's barrier to kind of misposition Greed to cancel the channeling. And now they want to go. They want to go and take this base. Injector out to Fuziken. It's actually not the best play for Onic PH. Feather there is not going to be used. Kilowatt in front. No one dying from Onic PH. Just HP's falling low. Even the Wolf is not dying at this point. It's Koopa getting his getting tankier by the minute with Cursed Helmet. I think that there's Dominant Size as well onto Popol and Koopa. Want to see the items? Oh, this is great. Oh, okay. So Dominant Size indeed on Popol and Koopa with a Thunderbolt. Kilowatt though steps in a bad neighborhood. Is this the death of Delar though? That is indeed a death on Delar. Death on Delar. Nice Guardian's barrier. Kilowatt, they're still fighting. They want to take down Koopa, but Koopa is so damn tanky. Yaknu goes for the way of the dragon with the follow of the wild charge. Not enough damage on Onic PH. Kilowash regains the Firaga armor. And will this be the first turret? This is actually the second turret. Sorry about that. Second turret to fall for Onic PH. Without Dilar, they're not fighting actually. Getting weirder by the minute as Sunsparks will port their Esmeralda to defend. Kilowash now doesn't have the Firaga armor. Tumbles now. Wild charge. Not yet gonna be actually committed already at this point. Sorry about that. There's further. There's like Link with the Tempest of Blades. No burst down whatsoever. They're so tacky. Onic PH survives with the break of their health. And in comes VJ now though. There's payback. There's payback for the king as they take out Wise. Finally, the first death. Oh, Yaknu on the backlines and they got the catch up. Triple kill for himself. VJ versus Yaknu, the shutdown. Finally there. Fuzakan falling. Onic PH, very bad decisions. But Sunsparks, they have to hold on. They still lost a lot of people in there. But my oh my, 20 minutes in. I don't even know who's gonna win it, even with Onic PH leading by so much.
Ooh, Wonder Boy kill VJ popping up back into the fight just in time to allow Sunsparks a little bit of breathing room with the pickoffs as Onic PH were recovering. Very scrappy, very tanky right now as Onic PH. Look at that, the items onto that carry, Rose Gold Meteor. He also has a Sea Halberd even in this battle. Queen's Wings, very tanky. 4 immortalities for Onic PH.
Oh, did they steal the
compared
buff?
to the 3? Oh no, it looks like Greed.
Did they? No, it was Greed. It was Greed. Yeah. Alright, but it would have been better if JP holds it.
Divine Judgment!
So, oh, no way. That's such a good catch from Sunsparks. Divine Judgment, he used. And it seems like even the lane pressure is not a problem anymore for Sunsparks. Dilar, can you do this? I mean, Kilowash is nearby. Okay, they will fight this. Okay, Fuzakan is here. One charge could be good. Not yet committed. Fuzakan holds on to his ultimate. Dilar able to run away. Immortality pop. Wise is here. For the Felicia threatens for kills. Iakno on the backline to want to go for Greed. And that's a shutdown on the Farsa. Now Kilowash and the rest of the gang still left here. Will they reset the Lord? Yes, they will. Iaknu in the bad spot, gonna be call here, but does have the Shunbo. And the cheat though, here comes Wise. Fuzakan as well. Gorgeous fire, but they able to go through it. That was so close. Now Fuzakan, oh, backlines now. Wise is gonna be bubble, but the tank ability, the defensive item is still alive at this point. Wise is gonna be the one to fall. Iaknu onto the backlines, takes out the X-Borg. And I'm lost as Sunsparks only have JP right now. Fuzakan right to his face. My goodness. Can't catch a break. Iaknu. I think Iaknu salvage at fight and Onic PH will force a game 3.